Today we're in Berlin, Germany.
You notice that like Berlin is still being reconstructed everywhere. Cranes everywhere around the city. They say a true Berliner can look past the cranes and see the city for what it is. I have been here for 3 years. I am not a true Berliner yet. No. But all of this reconstruction has left the city incredibly in debt. Billions and billions of euros in the hole. It was about 80% destroyed after the end of the Second World War, so they're constantly rebuilding this. All of this debt let the former mayor of Berlin, a man called Klaus Warweit, he coined a phrase of the city. He called it poor but sexy. The mayor of this city called his own city poor but sexy. Kind of hilarious if you ask me. Poor, like I said, because of all the reconstruction, because of all the debt, but sexy. Well, you've seen that Berlin is not rebuilt in a small and functional way. It's not built economically. They've rebuilt big, bombastic architecture. They're rebuilding a palace in a city with so much debt, in a country without a monarchy. That's kind of poor but sexy. I'm sure you'll agree. Now, the inside of the museum, palace, there will be a museum to German ethnology, looking back at the German-speaking peoples of history. Be interested to see when it's finished. Meant to be finished last year, meant to be finished under budget. Both of those long gone. Yeah. Last but not least, I want to show you this beautiful church here. This is called the Berliner Dom. The Berliner Dom, the Berlin Cathedral. In my opinion, it's one of the most beautiful churches in the city. Also one of the youngest as well. Completed in 1905. It was done by Wilhelm II. Wilhelm II was the Prussian king who abdicated after the end of the First World War, ending the Prussian line. Now, Wilhelm II, he'd spent a lot of time in England. In fact, his grandmother was Queen Victoria of England. Again, European royal family, very incestuous, you know, everyone is cousins of everyone, you know, it's kind of dirty. But Wilhelm II, he'd spent a lot of time in London. In fact, he wanted something that would rival St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Are you guys going to London on your trip? No. Have you been to London?
Once, a long time ago.
St. Paul's is the big Protestant cathedral in London. So he wanted something that would rival St. Paul's, something that would put Berlin on the map as the capital city of Protestantism. Kind of like the Vatican is for Catholicism. Okay. Now, history had different things planned for Berlin, but he certainly left us with a beautiful church. A church that actually survived the Second World War. One of the ways we can tell it survived the Second World War are these square patches on the columns. Anyone wants to guess what these are? You're exactly right. Bullet holes or shrapnel damage from the Second World War. Evidence of a month worth of street-to-street fighting in April of 1945. Now, initially when I saw this the first time when I came here, I expected it to be some guy who just went like, you know, with a pester just going like cleaning up. But it's a lot of work. Billions of euros have been spent in maintaining the church as is. So this means it's a conscious decision to leave the bullet holes open or like, you know, visible. As well, the blackened smoke damage on the outside as well. This is also a decision. Now, I believe it's kind of like a scar, you know, a work showing how the city was, you know, evidence of the city's past. I think it's amazing. As well, at night time, it's all lit up. It looks beautiful. If you like old churches, it costs €7 to go in. Amazing inside. You can go down into the crypt and see the kings all buried, and you can go around the dome for an amazing 360-degree view. Really, really cool view.
A lot of steps.
Yeah, 250 steps.
We went to the Duomo in Florence.
Yeah.
It's like 400 and some steps.
Not quite 400. It's just shy of 300. I know, but
it's a hard climb.
Can you take pictures and video inside?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, no, you can. And on domes, certainly you can as well, yeah.
Okay.
I know certain churches you're not allowed to, but I believe this one you are. Normally they have the big open signs at front saying no, but yeah, then.
The only thing I saw was no suitcase.
You'd have to Google to double check, but I reckon around 6 o'clock, maybe the last entry around 5.